4. First, the highlight. Lagos State government empowers 50 people with disabilities in the civil service with work tools, assistive devices. Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission bans export of crude oil allocated for domestic use. On the foreign team, global financial markets fall over United States tariffs imposed on Canada, Mexico, China. And in sports, Kano Pillars suspend technical advisor Usman Abdullah. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State government has empowered about 50 people with disabilities, PWDs, in the civil service with work tools and assistive devices to enhance their productivity, independence, and inclusion. Speaking at the event held in Ikeja, the General Manager, Lagos State Office for Disability Affairs, LASODA, Adenike Oyetunde Lawal, believes that PWDs can offer their best when given the right tools in a conducive environment, and urge the beneficiaries to make judicious use of the work tools. Oyetunde Lawal urged corporate bodies and organizations to join the state government in creating a conducive environment and easy access for PWDs across the state.
One of our biggest goals was not just to ensure that civil servants on the grounds of the Alausa complex benefits, but also civil servants that we were able to pick from across. And our hope and desire is that not only will we increase the numbers, but that there will be a measure of consistency to set a pace for other states.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Oluwatoyin Oke Osoitolu, stated that the presentation of work tools to the PWDs in Lagos State Civil Service is in fulfillment of the social inclusion of the Themes Plus developmental agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
Group of people that are going to get the assistive tools and the work tools, you are being used to test the waters for the next set of people. You receiving this must show in your attitude at work and in your service delivery. Do not sell them, please. If you need financial support, there are other ways to get them. You see this GM that you have, she hit the ground running, and there's a lot of work to be done. Congratulations to everybody that is going to receive an assistive device or a work tool. Congratulations to everybody, and well done to the LASODA team.
Some of the participants expressed their gratitude to Governor Sanwo-Olu and LASODA for the opportunity granted them to upskill their skills without limitations.
First of all, I want to say a very special thanks to Lagos State government for this idea, and also to the Permanent Secretary of the Youth and Development, and also to the GM of LASODA. With this 1M, I'm going to use it for the repair of my leg, and also to get a medical device for the second leg, because with the money I cannot get to prosthetics. But I can use it to buy a medical threading and a stationary bicycle for the muscles of the second leg, because I'm having a challenge, because the leg I've been using for more than 40 years.
The items include 23 laptops, 9 laptops with speech-assisted software for visually impaired persons, calipers, motorized wheelchairs, while the sum of 1.1 million naira each were given to 11 individuals for prosthetics. The Lagos State government is developing an environmental policy on wetlands and biodiversity to balance development with nature's conservation. Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, stated this in a release issued as part of the year 2025 World Wetland Day celebration. Wahab stated that the state government remains committed to protecting wetlands and their biodiversity, stressing that the policy will ensure that all future projects in or around wetlands undergo a comprehensive environmental impact assessment in line with international best practices. Speaking on the 2025 theme, protecting wetlands for our common future. Wahab emphasized the need for sustainability concerning wetland usage and exploitation. The commissioner lamented that it is unfortunate that with human activities and migration into Lagos, wetlands have come under increased threats with a loss of over 100 kilometers between 2014 and 2022 owing to urban settlement. The Lagos State Waterways Authority LASWA has partnered the Lagos State Waste Management Authority Marine Unit to address pollution and other environmental effects of waterways activities. LASWA's General Manager Oluwadamilola Emmanuel said the partnership is particularly on waste management to improve safety on waterways. Emmanuel said under the partnership, Loma will go to LASWA centers, pick up plastic bottles and other recyclable wastes and take them to recycling factories. He expressed hope that pollution of waterways will be adequately tackled with LASWA's Omieko project aimed at moving its ferries out of fossil fuel engines. And now to the rest of the stories. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, says it will henceforth deny export permits to crude oil cargoes intended for domestic refining. This follows the inability of oil companies to meet the demand for crude oil by local refineries. The Commission, in a statement, says it will ban export if oil companies do not fulfill their domestic crude obligations. It also insists that any changes to cargoes designated for domestic refining must receive express approval from the Commission's Chief Executive Officer. President Bola Tinubu has signed a bill establishing the Federal University of Environmental Technology, Ogoni, Rivers State. Special Advisor to the President on Policy Communication, Bola Daniel, made the announcement in a statement. Daniel noted that the move aligns with the Tinubu's administration's renewed hope agenda, which prioritizes correcting past inequalities and building inclusive institutions for balanced national development. He highlighted that this development follows the recent approval of a federal university in the southern Kaduna district of Kaduna State. And now to foreign news. Global financial markets have collapsed over tariffs imposed on Canada, Mexico and China by US President Donald Trump, while world leaders steeled themselves to respond to his next moves, with the European Union in the firing line. Trump said his tariffs on the three largest US trading partners, which will take effect on Tuesday, might cause Americans some short-term pain, but on the long term, the United States has been ripped off by virtually every country in the world. In response, all three nations warned of retaliatory countermeasures. Meanwhile, Canadian energy imports will face a lower tariff of 10% to prevent a disruptive impact on American gasoline and home heating oil prices. Trump added that retaliation from these countries may result in an increase or expansion in scope of their export costs. Anyway, from all that now, sports. Nigeria Premier Football League club Kano Pillars has suspended its technical advisor Usman Abdallah for 3 weeks due to the team's poor performance and his conduct towards fans immediately after the matchday 22 goalless draw against Bayelsa United. In the interim, Chief Coach Ahmed Garba will take charge of the medical technical team and will be supported by assistant coaches Abubakar Musa, Gambo Mohammed, Suleiman Shuaibu and Ayuba Musa as they work to stabilize the squad and improve results. The club has struggled to find consistency in recent matches, securing only one win in the last 3 outings. This dip in form has raised concerns among the management and supporters who expect a higher level of performance from the team. Following the draw at the Sani Abacha Stadium, Usman's gesture towards the fans was deemed inappropriate by the management, leading to the disciplinary action. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has congratulated Nigerian singer, songwriter, and record producer Temilade Okpeniyi, popularly known as Thames, for winning the 67th Grammy Award for Best African Music Performance. The governor said the award is a prestigious recognition that highlights Thames' exceptional talent and contribution to the music industry, not only in Nigeria and the African continent, but also on the global stage. Governor Sanwo-Olu in a statement said the 29-year-old Thames has achieved a milestone with the international recognition at the Grammy Award. And that's all for the news. At 4, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X at Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration provided 450,000 pupils with e-learning devices? You can get more details on the Lagos State government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State government has empowered about 50 people with disabilities, PWDs, in the civil service with work tools and assistive devices to enhance their productivity, independence, and inclusion. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, says it will henceforth deny export permits for crude oil cargoes intended for domestic refining, following the inability of oil companies to meet the demand for crude oil by local refineries. We also told you that global financial markets have collapsed over tariffs imposed on Canada, Mexico, and China by U.S. President Donald Trump, while world leaders steel themselves to respond to his next moves, with the European Union in the firing line. And in sports, Nigeria's Premier Football League club, Kano Pillars, has suspended its technical advisor, Usman Abdallah, for 3 weeks due to the team's poor performance and his conduct towards fans immediately after the match day 22 goalless draw against Bayelsa United. For contacts with the newsroom, please send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagostate.gov.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowolaya. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe.